Okay, Uncle Cow Army, it is the day of the cow. Let's get to these questions. We got a lot of good ones. So let's get to it, and we'll get into a few other things at the end of the video. Or at the end of the questions. So, DDA asked, do you have a hero that inspires you, etc.? Not at this point. The only ones who really inspire me at this stage in my life are my nephews and nieces. I love them to death. Seeing them keeps me going. Got to see them Saturday. Did an early pizza lunch with my brother and his family. And got a lot of uncle energy from them. So really, all that niece and nephew energy helps to keep me going, and that in turn inspires me. Jeff Carter asked, favorite knife and knife collection. There is a old kukri that I've shown on the channel before. I can't get to it right now. My grandfather gave to me years ago. Actually, it was one of those knives that my dad insisted that he hang on to until I was old enough, and I was only allowed to handle it under his supervision. But years ago, he pulled it down from its Josh safe spot, anything high enough, and said, "Here, this is yours." And it's over there. One day, if I can get it, I'll show it on camera. But that's really the prize of my collection. And I promise I'll show it on camera one day. Flint Still Survival had a few. Do you have any mortal enemies? I've had people that have tried to, and this is including the non-trolls in-person people. People who've tried to tell me, "Oh, you can't do this." People trying to pick fights, etc. And that includes the disabled people who says who get freaked out by someone who does anything different, such as martial arts, YouTube videos, anything that makes it look like you're doing something, because they're probably not. That freaks them out, and that in turn makes them an enemy, especially if they're not right up there. But that's another subject. So I've had many people try to hurt me in some way. It just happened. I've had a guy when I was 17 try to break up the relationship I had at summer camp, and this guy was a counselor, okay? And that guy is also the reason I have a grappling hook in my EDC bag, okay? So I've had people, much older than me try to break up relationships, and, people like that think doing stuff like that to people is fun. People like that. So, if you were offered $1 million or a trip to space, what would you take? I would take the money. The money would help pay for a lot of things right now. Yeah. I would take the money. That would help out with a lot of things. And solve a lot of problems. If you were forced to move to Alaska or Hawaii, what would you choose? Definitely Hawaii. I don't do well in the cold. I just did the winter and CP video. If you haven't seen that, that was the last video before this. I'll probably leave a link at the end of this video. But I don't do well in the cold. I definitely pick Hawaii. Vampire asked, what are some of your favorite underrated knives? Can also include tools. I really should have pulled things out before I did this. But people underestimate the utility of having pliers on you. That's why I keep a multi-tool in my bag. That's one of the main reasons. Pliers, can solve a lot of problems. Screwdrivers, having these things at your disposal on a daily basis can help you a lot. Also, a sharpening stone, things people don't think about taking with them when they're out for a long time. And also, guys, you know what I recently added to my EDC bag is a pair of nail clippers. Okay, I have another pair of these, and sometimes you run out and go, shoot, I forgot to cut my nails, and now you have nail clippers. So put nail clippers in your EDC. Okay, these are ones that are made for people with hand problems. Stevie Wonder Woman, I just watched a video from him. Asked favorite martial arts movie. If I had $1 for every time I've been asked that one, even in real life, I have a few. Bloodsport. Okay, The Karate Kid is one that really inspired me to take martial arts. And one Bruce Lee movie that is underrated. Yes, Enter the Dragon and all that are great movies. But The Chinese Connection. The Chinese Connection was a great movie. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Great nunchuck versus katana scene in there. Good stuff. Okay. Jan asked, "What's your favorite animal?" How? Favorite animal. I have a couple favorite animals. Cats, obviously. If you follow my Instagram and you know I have a cat. I like dogs. I'd like another dog at some point. But unfortunately not right now. I don't know any big cat or monkeys. Monkeys are cool. Stuff like that. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? It depends on the day. If I have something to do for the day, then it takes me longer. Do my head, put on the non-comfy pants, which takes longer. Put on my shoes, because I don't put on my shoes unless I go out, which is another added chore. Put pocket stuff in the pockets. Usually I pre-lay those things out the night before, so it's not that bad. So depending upon when I get up, an hour to an hour and a half, give or take. It may be shorter, it may be longer. Depends on what's pre-done and what's not pre-done. Usually I try to pre-place things and make sure things are in place so it doesn't take me longer. So there you go. prep for it. Are you in contact with someone else who is in the position or was in the position you are going? Are you in contact with someone who's in the position you are right now, meaning in the limbo stage of the apartment and moving into hopefully sponsored residential? I haven't known anyone who's used this program yet, but I assure you there are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of disabled people waiting for services that they need or want to better improve their lives. It's just it's part of life. You have to wait for your caseworker to contact people and do his or her job, depending. I know my caseworker's on the case. She's doing everything she can to help me get where I need to be. So it's the nature of the beast. You just have to wait it out, see, do what you can at your end, if there's anything you can do. And right now there isn't much I can do about it. I just gotta wait and see. So, are you going to celebrate when it's all over? And when I leave the apartment, I will celebrate and get up from the chair and dance a jig. I guarantee it. It's not going to be all over with disabled services, even if I move into a sponsored residential situation. There's going to be issues, problems, but I'll deal with those when they come. My whole goal is with doing that is to make sure Mom is comfortable and she doesn't have to worry about me that much, and go on from there. But yes, I will be dancing a jig once I leave this apartment. It's not ideal. I can't stay here, like I've said before. So yeah. So that's all the questions, guys. That doesn't have to be the end of questions. If you leave a question in any comment section of any video, make a Ask Uncle Cow, and I'll go on from there. Anything you guys want to see in videos, please feel free to ask for it. I'll get to it as soon as possible. And since it's the birthday special, I have the right to say, yeah, if you want to help out the channel, me, with getting stuff to improve the channel, I'm really looking at lighting right now. Thanks to my awesome mother, the sound in the next couple of videos should be better. She got me a Yeti Blue microphone, so I'll set that up this afternoon. Hopefully it won't be that difficult, and the sound should be a lot better. So stay tuned for all that, guys. I am looking at a ring light to improve the lighting around here, unless I can figure out something else. There will be links below if you want to help out the channel. Totally optional. You help out the channel even by hitting the thumbs up button, sharing your favorite video, leaving a comment with a question or a request would be awesome. If you have any further questions that you don't want to leave in a comment, email me at the email address in the description of the channel page, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or DM me on Instagram at unclecow2, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But if you send me an email, please put a subject in the subject line, who you are, etc., so I can address you appropriately, and we'll go on from there. Thank you all for watching. Remember to click the links in the description if you want to help out. And like I always say, stay safe and don't do anything I wouldn't do.